So the guy in back had the rear or the top part of the Dutch door open, threw the newspapers out to the street vendors and that, and as the driver drove the route.
I see.
And interesting, when I was talking to Morgan Body that built this, because I needed some parts, they told me that this stainless steel rub rail is a 1/4 inch thick, and Penske spec that because New York Teamsters used utility poles as pivoting aids on the street corner.
That's interesting right there. All right, everybody, I'm standing here with David. Say hi, David.
Hi, David. Hi, Bill. Hi, everybody.
And when David pulled in this rig, man, I did a double take on this thing. So this is quite a rig here, I got to tell you. Tell us a little bit, David, about what this was used for originally.
Okay, this was one of a fleet of trucks built by Morgan Body for Penske Leasing for the New York Times to deliver newspapers up in the Northeast.
Okay.
So originally there was a Dutch door right where this panel is, and so the guy in back had the rear or the top part of the Dutch door open, threw the newspapers out to the street vendors and that, and as the driver drove the route.
I see.
And interesting, when I was talking to Morgan Body that built this, because I needed some parts, they told me that this stainless steel rub rail is a 1/4 inch thick, and Penske spec that because New York Teamsters used utility poles as pivoting aids on the street corner.
That's interesting right there.
Yeah. Well built.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's international 2004 with a DT 466 with the 4-speed Allison transmission with overdrive.
And I know a lot of people are going to ask this question. In fact, that's one of the first questions I asked you. Tell me about fuel mileage on this thing.
I built the truck to pull a trailer, so I have a large military boat that I take to veterans events. So I needed the big rig, and pulling the boat, it's 6-7 miles at a gallon. When I can leave the trailer home, I'm probably averaging 10 to 11 on this trip.
No kidding.
Which I'm happy with.
Oh yeah, well, considering for what it is, yeah, that's really pretty darn good. Yep. And you came down here from Ohio.
Yes,
sorta.
Richmond, Ohio, which is 50 miles west of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Everyone knows where that is.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else we need to talk about on this side before we walk around to the other side?
Yeah, actually.
I see some hatches here and stuff.
This is my favorite thing here, and this is an old guy thing, which you'll appreciate. Like working under cabinets on plumbing and all that. I quickly came to my senses when I built this. It says, we're not going to do any of that nonsense. So there basically is all my mechanical stuff.
Yeah, you got real easy access to all that stuff. That's nice.
So we have a diesel-fired heater here, water filtration up in here, which you can all access here. This is the main pump, all the plumbing connections. This is the back side of the fridge. And I have a 110 plug here with an extension cord and a pass-through that we can set up. We have a pellet grill in here, or depending how big the group is, we do most of our cooking out here.
That's neat.
And then this is a fuel tank here for the diesel heater. It's on its own tank. That's the fill up for the truck fuel.
Okay.
And that one back there is just storage. And here is a fill for the fresh water. I have a 40-gallon tank under the sink and another one in the back.
Yeah, you have altogether 80 gallons of fresh water you can carry with you. That's cool that you got that much capacity. And since this rig is so tall, at first I thought, boy, that awning's kind of low, but really it's not. It's, you know, because where you have it mounted there.
Yeah, it was a good mistake. You know, you're right. Most of them you look at on motorhomes are way up there,
Right.
and I thought, well, that affords no protection. I'm this tall. I'm not 10 foot tall. And as I started putting vents and windows in, that like limited where the awning can go, so it worked out well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it still has like 7 foot of clearance out at the end of it. So
Sure.
it's fine.
Is there anything else you want to show us on the outside?
Well, we should go around the back.
Okay, I'll just follow you.
So originally this was a roll-up door, and I took this door was on that side. That's the Dutch door that was on that side. So I built all this, used these doors. This we have access through a regular RV door
Yeah,
with a screen.
yeah.
It's a good escape, good ventilation. In here, a 3K diesel generator, another 40-gallon water tank with its own pump. And I've never needed the generator yet. You know, my electric hookups here, every adapter you need. I know this is near and dear to your heart, but there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Man can't have too many
you can't
adapters.
have enough.
Yeah.
But I have 800 watts of solar on the roof, and I put the generator in as a backup, and you know, also use shore power.
Okay.
And then when we get to the solar, I'll show you it's a programmable unit, and you tell it what the default is going to be.
Okay.
And here we have the freshwater fill for the rear tank, and the city water hookup is here also. It's passed through for the cord.
Okay.
Storage here for leveling blocks, and storage in the front one for chairs, folding tables. And the gray trap door is the dump valve for the black and gray water tank. So it's hidden away.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anything else you want to show us on the
Believe
outside?
that's it.
Okay. All right. So we'll be back in a minute, folks. We're going to go to the inside now. You want me to go in first?
You go for it.
So we started back here at the back, and there's a reason why, because this is where all your solar controls and everything is back here, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
we have a 24 volt, 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery down here.
Okay.
This is the control system, which is a neat system because the inverter is built in, the charge controller is built in here. It's totally programmable, so you choose your default, whether you want shore power, solar, or battery. Set it up the way you want it. And here we have a typical RV electrical panel, and just stuff you find anywhere. But,
Sure.
But the beauty of this system was, and this is one of these things you learn from Will Prowse, was it's basically, this is a plug and play unit. You don't have to put your charge controller, your DC to DC adapter. In this case, 24 volt system, so I have a 24 volt to 12 volt reducer, but that's the only thing separate from this system. And to hook it up, it's mounted to the wall and start plugging your cables in, and it's a done deal.
Really?
And the fact that it's programmable once you work through that, it's a brilliant system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fabulous. And what brand is this?
This is an EA Sun. I actually bought this Prowse gave a American company to buy it from, and we do some stuff for our business where we import directly from Taiwan and China. So I just went on one of the Chinese commerce sites, and I found the exact same unit and actually had it shipped to my door for a couple $100 less than it was in the U.S. You know?
Fantastic.
So
anytime you can save a little money in there. Well,
Yep.
I tell you what.
So while we're here, kitchen. This is a microwave, because why not? Everyone needs to have a microwave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have a 24-volt freezer here, because if you can travel with ice cream, that's a game changer.
So you got plenty of ice cream on hand?
I'm down to a few, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, see, Deb won't allow me to keep any ice cream in our trailer, so I'll probably come down and visit
That's
you.
fine.
Okay,
Come
gotcha.
visit.
All right.
So this is the controller for the diesel heater. It's a planar heater. They're made in Russia. Your top brands are Webasto, Espar, or Eberspatcher, and Planar. Planar is more made for the marine industry. And I showed you that outside. It's mounted under there. That's basically the thermostat for it. And it burns less than a half a pint of fuel per hour
Really?
on full. So it's a wonderful unit.
And it's diesel.
Diesel.
Okay.
And yeah, it gets you up to 90 degrees in here if it's so desired.
Oh, yeah.
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 So this cabinet, this bunk, and this other are all Navy surplus. I started in my business as a surplus dealer way back when. We still deal in military stuff. So this is made for shipboard use. It's all aluminum. This is the very nice part.
Oh, wow.
Every drawer locks itself.
No kidding.
Yep.
That is neat.
So, and then up here, you don't see much in the kitchen. Well, here's everything you need. We have a toaster, toaster oven, air fryer, Instapot. The induction cooktop is on the countertop.
Yeah, I saw that on the counter right here.
I mean, anything you need, just pull it out, do your thing, plug it in, you're good to go.
There you go.
And there is a reason for this. So, as this is a commercial vehicle, the state of Ohio, and every state will let you do this, the rules are different, but Ohio requires, if you want to convert a commercial vehicle to an RV, you fill out an affidavit, and you must attest that it has a means of cooking, which we just covered. You have to have a place to sit down and eat. Covered that. You have to have a place to sleep, right there, and you have to have refrigeration. So this is a 24-volt fridge. And then either one of these, this could be a fridge or a freezer, and the freezer is the same way. It could be a freezer or a fridge, just depending where you set the temperature.
I see.
So it depends how much beer and ice cream you want to hold. You set your priorities.
I understand. And then here we got the shower.
Yeah, so full bath. This kitchen countertop is granite. The bathroom floor is granite. Full shower, commode. The wall finishings are a product called Duma Wall, and I looked a long time for something that would work, and I found this stuff. I actually got samples from Duma Wall while I was doing this, and they sent me the sand that I wanted for the shower. When it came time to do all that, it was discontinued. So they told me check with Lowe's, because Lowe's had a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
You need to answer that?
no.
Okay.
No. So
Well, it definitely serves its purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this rig, being what it is, it can handle the weight of the granite with no support.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
For sure.
So our on-demand water heater is right here. I got the same control that you guys used.
Mm-hmm.
And 40, there's the other 40-gallon water tank right there. We have filtered water here for drinking and coffee. And then this unit, it's single unit, so you only have one control. And we have a mixer valve underneath.
I see.
Set to good position.
Okay.
So as far as the berthing, Bill, should explain this further. So this lower unit is a shipboard officer's berth. This part is a enlisted man's berthing, but if you ever looked at Navy ship berthing, like a bookshelf, there might be 4 of these built into a system in the wall.
Okay.
And I came across this stuff surplus, and as I was working on this, I figured out that like this enlisted man's bunk is slightly smaller than the officer's bunk. So, you know, sleepless nights when you're designing stuff, I said, hey, I can like put that on pivots and make that thing come down and create this couch effect. And then when my wife is with me, see the nylon ropes, those hook to a 12-volt RV winch under here. And this thing will pivot up with the help of the winch.
Really?
Locks in here. And when I'm alone at night, I'll bring it clear up here out of the way so I have all kind of headroom.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes, it takes a few minutes. Pull the cushions out and bring that up where you want it. Mm-hmm. And I store these up on there, and that's the sleeping area.
Wow. Wow. All righty. Anything else you want to show us here?
The air conditioning above your head. Well, next to you, actually.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah. I see it now. Let me step on back here a little bit. Oh, and I see this inverter right here, too.
Yeah, put that in for the air conditioning, although it's tied in. So this whole thing is wired with marine grade wiring, because boating is in my background. So, everything is marine grade, wires, flexible, tinned. But for the AC, it's a 110 unit. Mm-hmm. Draws 400 watts, 3.6 amps. So it will run on the solar panels alone.
Fantastic.
And what I did, you see them window units stuck through the wall, stuck out the back doors. I didn't want to do that. So if you look outside, I'll point out the venting for this. But basically on the roof, I have a RV refrigerator vent, the roof unit,
I saw that,
where the air comes in. And then on the sidewall is a unit where the air blows out. Then I segregated those two inside of this cabinet.
Right, just to make sure.
So you're bringing fresh air in and exhausting out. And the wood I used on this whole thing, it's actually tongue and groove oak flooring. And I took advantage of the grooves, so this is a puzzle. If you remove these 4 screws and those 2, this whole thing will collapse like a puzzle. Then you can service the AC.
I see.
And same thing was done back on the solar. So those whole door panels will slide out in the same way.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All righty. Yeah, well, let's, I think we're probably done in here, so we can probably step out and take a look at that, can't we?
Yep.
All right, let's
go. This is my wood pellet grill.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, weighs 45 pounds or so. And so I don't have to try to pick it up and carry it down the steps. This is actually built on a drawer slide unit. and I made it pivot here. So you fold your steps up out of the way, unstrap this, swing it a little bit, and it goes clear outside the door to where you're standing.
No
So you
kidding.
can pick the whole thing up standing on the ground.
Fantastic. That makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? All right, well, let me get on stepped out here. All right, yeah, now I see what you were talking about with your air conditioner.
Yeah,
That's
so
the back
yeah,
side of
right,
your air
that's
conditioner
a
right there.
RV refrigerator wall vent for the
Right.
exhaust.
Right up
And
there.
on top is the inlet.
Right.
So you're drawing fresh air in and exhausting it out the back.
All righty.
And,
Well, that's really neat the way you got that set up, and I'm sure that actually no bigger than the area is in there, that air conditioner will cool you real easily.
I think it's rated for 150 square feet, and I'm about 80
Yeah.
in there, so it does the job.
All
The,
right. Fantastic. Well, okay. Anything else you want to show us before we?
I believe
Wrap it up.
that's it. Other than I didn't mention that when I built this, the walls and the ceiling are spray foam.
Okay.
And no matter how cheaply you can do it yourself after having done it, I don't recommend it. Pay someone to do it.
Well, David, we really appreciate you. I kind of surprised you this afternoon when I kind of walked up on you, and I do appreciate you allowing us to go ahead and take a look at your creation here. And it's very unique, and our viewers, they like to see those unique creations. And I want everybody to remember, just like we talked about at the beginning of the video, that this has more than one purpose. It's not just your camper, but it also, you use it to tow your military boat that you have. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes.
Right. And so it's set up where it'll handle that with no problem whatsoever, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And that was part of the reason when we take this boat to veterans events. You put the boat in the water and you're basically stuck there. This boat is not, it's a military boat. There's no accommodation. So
I understand.
you're either dependent on someone for a ride to a hotel or you do this.
There you go. There you go. Well, so it works for what you need it for.
Yes.
And that's what we always say, you know, about every creation out there. It serves the purpose for the person that designed it.
Right.
So there you go. So anyway, here again, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to show us your creation here.
We appreciate
And,
you coming by.
Well, and we appreciate you coming down to see us all the way from Ohio as well, too. Yeah, I cannot stress that enough, how much we appreciate that. And anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. This is Bill and David. This is I Ride Tiny House Adventures. And you know what we always say, David, we're not camping.
We're living
Absolutely. Thank
our
you so
best
much.
life.
That's for sure. All righty. Bye-bye now.
Bye.